Hello, thank you for watching our video. This video covers the basics of beginning classes at Ellis County Martial Arts. We're going to start with the most simple position, which is attention. So from here, I stand with my feet together, toes touching, legs are straight, hands at the side. This is attention. This is used at the beginning and ending of class, the beginning and ending of formal exercises such as kata, or anytime the instructor is giving you specific instructions. The next move is the bow. This is how we show respect. Simply bend at the waist and come back up. I'll do it sideways. Attention and bow. Note that in most martial arts schools, the student should bow a little longer and a little deeper than the instructor. And this is to show respect. The next position that we work on is the horse stance. I'm going to demonstrate the horse stance mirror image. So you should be stepping with your left foot, or your child should be stepping with their left foot while I step with the right. This is to help the younger kids who sometimes have trouble left and right. So they will be mimicking me as they step. So from the attention position, take your left foot and step over about shoulder width, maybe a little bit more. Bend the knees a little bit. This is horse riding stance. And most often we shorten it and just call it horse stance. Note that both sets of toes are pointing straight ahead, both knees are bent, and the back is straight. The hand position here that we use at the beginning and end of class, as well as the beginning and end of our forms, or kata, is the fist cover. The right hand makes a fist and comes to the center. The left hand is open and covers the fist. This position can be referred to as the warrior and the scholar who come together. It has another meaning, and we talk about this a lot in the kids' class. This also can mean hide your secrets. And by that we mean the kids should not be show-offs. It's okay to demonstrate for mom and dad or grandma and grandpa when they come to visit, but they should not show off at school or out in public. From here to close, the hands will make circles as the left foot steps back to the right foot. And that's the horse stance and the fist cover. Another position that we use in class often is seiza. Seiza, in Japanese, is sitting on your knees. The correct way to perform seiza is to put your left knee on the ground first and then the right knee. Remember, I'm doing this mirror image. So left knee, right knee, toes touch in the back, and sit back. The back is straight. This position can have many uses, but often in the kids' classes, we have the kids sit in seiza so that they will not be distracted while the instructor is talking. This is also a position that we encourage them to work on for their focus. One of the hardest things for people today, and particularly kids, is to simply sit still. This is an exercise for their mental strength, not just the physical. Coming out of seiza, you will reverse the order. So the right knee will come up first, and then the left knee. A fundamental position for practicing martial arts is the neutral stance. I'm going to straddle this white line. I'll move up just a little bit closer so you can see better. And this white line is going to represent my center line, a line that would divide my body in half. In the neutral stance, you'll step back and keep one foot on one side of the line and the other foot on the other side of the line. We do not want both feet on the same side of the line. This has less balance. The neutral stance gives us better balance. Note that the feet are at a 45-degree angle. If you can see my rear foot, here it is parallel to the yellow broken line, which indicates a 45-degree angle. From here, we're almost in a horse stance, but we turn forward just a little bit more. So from this position, we should be able to move forward or backward or from side to side, all with equal ease. We should also be able to switch feet quickly. The switch we use most often is the jump switch. And by lifting the feet just enough to come off the ground and snapping the hips around, we change sides. And of course, at that point, the hands also change. So, if you're following along at home, try it with me. Switch, 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 switch. Notice the hand switch positions as well. And that's our neutral stance. That is the foundation of all our other stances. So take time, practice it, get it right, so that all your other stances will also be right. I'm going to show the neutral stance from the side, just to make sure you have it. From this position, step back, feet are at a 45-degree angle, knees are pointing at a 45-degree angle, but upper body is turned slightly forward more. This is our neutral position. Now, in a beginner class, typically the hand position in the neutral stance is the fist. So I'm going to show you how to make a proper fist. Start with your hand open and curl the fingers down into the palm as tightly as possible. Your thumb should wrap around the first two fingers and pull it in tight. You definitely don't want your thumb sticking out. It could get injured or broken. And you also don't want the thumb inside. Again, it could get injured or broken. So make sure the fingers wrap all the way in tight and the thumb wraps around these two fingers. Now that you've got a proper fist, let's make sure it's aligned properly. From this position, these two knuckles should be lined up with your forearm bones. If your hand is tilted too far forward or too far back, you risk spraining the wrist when you hit a hard target. So make sure that the fist is always lined up with the forearm bones. Whether we do a vertical punch, a horizontal punch, or even an upside down punch, the knuckles are always lined up with the forearm bones. And that's our basic fist position. Now that we've learned how to do a neutral stance and we've learned how to have a proper fist, let's work on a kick. The first kick I'm going to teach you is the front snap kick. This is the easiest and fastest kick to learn. Also will probably be the most effective kick if you have to defend yourself. From this position, go to the neutral stance. Stepping back, hands are up. There's a 4-count process for doing a front snap kick. The kick should actually be done very fast, but I'm going to break it down for you. In the first one, we're going to shift our weight to the front foot as the knee comes up. From here, the kick flashes out and back again quickly. And then we set it back down again. 1, 2, 3, 4. We could set it down forward, but most often in class when we are warming up or practicing it for the first time, we set it back behind us. Should also practice kicking and bringing it back into a proper neutral stance. In other words, we don't want to kick and then bring it back here where we've lost our balance. We want to kick and set it right back again, looking at a proper stance from there. Now, another thing that we do is ki. Ki is the Japanese word for spirit yell. And I know you've seen this in the movies and on television, so it is part of what we do. But note that it should be a sharp, powerful sound and be an expression of the energy and the spirit that you have inside you. It is not simply screaming. regardless of what you've seen on YouTube videos. So from the neutral stance, hands positioned correctly, we'll perform the front snap kick with the ki. Hit! Short and powerful. It can be a little longer. All right. Hit! And come back again. But again, it should not be done as screaming. That is the front snap kick. That is one of the simplest, easiest kicks that we have. So now I'm going to combine the front snap kick and the jump switch. Follow along. Neutral stance, hands are up. Front snap kick. Kia! Jump switch. Front snap kick. Kia! Jump switch. Front snap kick. Kia! Jump switch. Front snap kick. Kia! Good. Check your positioning each time. You'll get it as you go on. We can also use the punch. Typically starting off with beginners, we use a middle punch. We've already showed you how to make a correct fist, so now let's see the application. From this position in here, like this, the hand sometimes can come from all the way back, but sometimes it's already partially forward, and this is to provide protection of the rib cage and possibly the face when necessary. So from this position, punching, the rear hand is going to come out and turn over. Notice how the front hand, as I punched, rose up to protect my face. Punch. Now what I'm actually using here is the forward stance, and we'll get into that as well. But right now I'm more concerned about you learning how to do the actual punch correctly. So from this position, it can come from all the way back, yeah, or it can start from here, yeah. I'll do that sideways for you. Neutral stance, from all the way back, yeah, from part of the way back, yeah, and back again. And of course that can be done on both sides as well. Another beginner technique that we have is the outward block. And this is using your forearm like a shield. And it's most commonly used against a roundhouse punch maneuver like this, or someone trying to slap you. Usually a circular move coming at you. So from your neutral stance, on guard, hands are up, the front hand will rotate and turn out and meet the attack with the forearm bone. This position. Notice how I turn the hand facing out. The thumb should be facing out, the fingers facing out. It is going to be a stronger move if you turn it and let it face out. Now, don't go too far. If you try to reach out too far, you're going to leave yourself exposed and your arm gets weaker as it gets farther out. But you also don't want it too close. If you block in close, the punch will simply come around you and still hit you. So somewhere in the middle. Outward block, middle punch, front snap kick, yeah, and return. Switch feet, outward block, middle punch, front snap kick, yeah, and return. So now you have 3 of our most basic karate moves starting off. There will be more. It's very exciting. But this should help you get started. Looking forward to seeing you in class. Thank you for watching.